Siberia is experiencing a triple-digit heat wave, giving us a glimpse into the future of the Arctic. Now, the Arctic Circle overall is experiencing this heat wave. For instance, much of Russia, by the way, has been facing a heat wave in recent days, with multiple locations reporting temperatures as high as 113 degrees on June 19th. The surprising warmth was also felt in other parts of the Arctic, like northern Canada and Scandinavia. I want to just direct your attention to this map from the European Union, which shows just the area and that's impacted by this, and just how much this is really affecting the Arctic. And Russia, by the way, is emerging from its hottest winter on record. And since the beginning of the year, temperatures have averaged 12.4 degrees Fahrenheit above what's typical in Siberia. So there's no question that climate change has contributed to the warming temperatures in the Arctic. But unfortunately, it's now become a vicious cycle, John, where melting ice will release permafrost, and that permafrost will only accelerate the impact of climate change or accelerate climate change. So for instance, in northern latitudes during the summer, there is near continuous sunlight, and that environment, unfortunately, is accelerating things as well. Even at night, they have sunlight. And so that allows the heat to kind of accumulate in areas that experience, sunsets and can cool off in the evening. So since they don't have the evening during this time, they don't have that opportunity. And also one factor this year was the lack of snow, which is also due to climate change. With an unusually warm winter, less snow built up across parts of the Arctic, and with a warm spring, much of it melted sooner than usual. And keep in mind, that's a problem because snow helps to reflect the sunlight and keep things cooler. So, John, I know that this is a topic you're passionate about, which is why I included it in the rundown. So I wanted to get your thoughts.
Thank you. Yeah, snow and waterborne ice as well, far more reflective than the ocean when it goes away. And so again, nonlinear. As you point out, methane gets released as permafrost heats up. Not just methane, also potentially lethal viruses and bacteria and things like that. So that's a fun little consequence. But yeah, it's just devastating.
Thank you for that correction, by the way. I'm like, wait, it's not permafrost.
No,
it doesn't make sense. But yes,
people got what you were saying. Yeah, and it's like we were saying earlier, I'm sick of silver linings. Hashtag no more silver linings. Like when the coronavirus was starting to rampage and we all shut down, and then we were all like, hey, slightly less emissions. Okay, oddly enough, it didn't solve the problem, and the problem kept continuing, and it is gonna keep continuing. We are in hell when it comes to dealing with the climate crisis. And honestly, the best case scenario coming out of this year is only gonna be kind of as good as 4 or 5 years ago. But thankfully, we do have some people in elected office that hopefully could lead the way. This is not something that we can necessarily think about, constantly, because there's so many other things that are punching us in the face on a daily basis. But it's not stopping just because we're distracted.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And one of our members wrote in response to what John Bolton had to say about hoping that Donald Trump doesn't get reelected, because if he does get reelected, it would cause irreparable harm to our country. But Donald Trump has already caused irreparable harm. I mean, he has rolled back the very few environmental protections that we had in place and has helped to accelerate climate change. I mean, he pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord immediately as soon as he was inaugurated, and we're going to suffer the consequences of that.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.